Morning, everybody. Welcome to today's continuing education. And thank you for joining me on this, well, some places +3, some places nice. It's not so bad here in the Pacific Northwest. And I am here to help you understand more about essential oils. No, this is nothing about treating, curing, or diagnosing anything. This is simply to help you understand more about the modalities that you can use in your everyday world to help you and your family with a better lifestyle and a lifestyle change using essential oils and other modalities that help you. And there's so many of them out there. It's amazing how many that we can have that can help us, whether that's acupuncture, whether it's just a massage, some way of being able to relax, help our body's own ability of healing itself. And that's what this is all about. I just love using essential oils. Now, for those of you who do not know me, you've listened to the replays, there's a lot of them out there, and I invite you to discover some others that I have actually put out there. And normally I want to just tell you everything about essential oils, but we're not going to do that today. I have other videos that can tell you all about that. And there's tons of information out there anymore. Love the fact that we can just do a Google search and all said and done, right? If there's something you want to find, we have it at our fingertips. And you guys are so lucky to have that. Now, technology can be a little downfall for some of us, but on this side of the coin, it's a great thing because we can look things up. There's nobody that has to tell us something unless for that experience, that's not going to be out there on YouTube or on Google search. Sometimes those experiences, you have to talk to someone. So if you know someone that's using essential oils or other modalities, ask them and find out how it's been helping them. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about diffusing. With today's world, we have so many things on the shelf that we can choose from, right? Especially when it's cleaners for our home, whether that's our kitchen, our floors, our carpet, fragrance for our home, right? And what are you actually putting in your home? The reason this came up is talking with a lady Thursday at a meeting, and we are both very passionate about helping our animal friends. And the topic came up about what we're putting in our carpet, how do we clean our carpets, and what we're using to clean our carpets, or just simply what we're using on our floors and what we put in the home as a fragrance to cover up something we don't want to smell, right? We want it to smell fresh and lively and lovely. And so what are you actually putting in your home? There's this discussion with another lady that she helped someone with their dog that got very sick, and the conclusion was this woman who owned the dog was consistently putting Febreze in her home. Everything Febreze, because she didn't want to smell the dogs. Because if you have a dog that's in your home, or even a cat, okay, that if they go in and out, they smell stinky, musty, especially in the wintertime when it gets really icky outside. They're bringing everything in on their feet. Okay, unless you're putting booties on them, which most people don't. No different than our shoes. And even with you wear your shoes in the home, you're bringing everything in from outside too. But in this case, this person used Febreze so much that it created a huge issue in the dog, and the dog was full of toxins. Well, that being said, I was at another event the following night after that discussion. Then talking to a person, and someone else overhears and says, hey, I don't believe in the Febreze, but I used it, and this particular one time they used it because they wanted their house to smell better. Well, she had a big saltwater tank and even an eel that she had been nurturing since it was just itty bitty, and it was over a foot long. And she used Febreze in her home. The next day, everything in that saltwater tank was dead. Everything. Okay? Now, did she spray Febreze inside the water? Absolutely not. But it still lingers in the air, and guess what? It got into the water, and it happens to be very toxic. So how many people, and not just Febreze, there are other things out there too, but if you start researching what Febreze was to begin with, it starts I hope that it creates questions in your mind. How many other products out there are we using on a daily basis that are, quote, safe for us to use, safe for our animal friends, but yet we use them every single day and they're really not safe, or they create other problems later on after the fact. So this is why I want to talk about diffusing and using essential oils to diffuse, which is cost effective for one. You get to not only have a beautiful fragrance, and you can create fragrances, and we'll explain that, but you get to help clean up the air that's creating odors, okay? Meaning that essential oils have the ability to clean the pathogens that are in the air. So in the wintertime or fall, when we don't open our doors and windows, which we should be doing that at least 20 minutes every day, that's the important part. We don't do that. Now, for me, it's a little bit easier because I do open my doors and windows quite often. And I also have a system in my home that takes out bad air. It recirculates the air. And we have these little slats in our windows, which are really good because it does help in taking away air, the stagnant air, and bringing in some better air, okay, some good air. But what's outside? Sometimes that better air really isn't where you live, for one. And how are you getting that fresh air? Okay, but fresh air, no matter what, still good for us. But we are heavily toxin. We have a lot of heavily toxin environments, So like I live near an Air Force base, and they fly over us all the time. We have an international airport that's only 45 minutes from us. Well, they fly over our house quite often. So really, what is in the air? Jet fuel. Have you ever smelled it? Doesn't smell very good. But not only is it our cars and trucks and things like that, but it's the things that are flying in the air, okay? Those are toxic too. And we breathe it every single day. But we're talking about the home. Well, let's get back to the home. I gave you some things to think about, but what are we actually putting in the house? Read the labels. Learn to be a label reader. So get the back of that product that you have in your home, that you're using to clean your home. What is in it? Can you pronounce it? If you can't pronounce it, why would you want to put that in your home? Okay? And here's another little tidbit. If you're the one that's constantly cleaning your home, I mean, constantly. You've got little ones running around, and you're like, I got to keep my house clean. I'll be willing to bet that they get a lot of colds or other things that go on in the house, because what you're doing is depleting their immune system. It's good for the kids to go out and play in the mud pit, okay? Mud puddle, water puddle, whatever you want to call it. It's good for them to get out there and get dirty, because that helps the body build up antibodies to keep them from being sick. So think about that. How often, I mean, you want to clean your home, but you don't want it to be so spotless, because that can create some other issues along the way, okay? So when we diffuse in our home, I love diffusing essential oils because it's a great way to build the immune system, and it's a great way to change my mood or somebody else's, right? Or if you've got children, it's a great way to help them go to sleep at night. You can put something in there that makes them feel really comfortable, very relaxed. How about you? Maybe you want a product to help with the respiratory. Maybe you want a product that's just calming. So it's different for everybody. So when you do diffuse essential oils, first off, why would you not consider certain ones that are on the shelf? There is a difference with essential oils. When you smell something, you are putting it in you. Doesn't matter if the bottle says do not apply to your skin, okay? What else is in there that you shouldn't be even smelling, okay? Is it synthetic? It's not going to tell you that. It's going to say 100% on the bottle. It doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you if it's synthetic or not. So how do you know? Well, first off, most essential oil companies out there are all about the profit margin, okay? So when you're looking at that part of it, they're either going to make it synthetically, or they're going to chemically extract the essential oil from the plant matter. So if you're going to do the chemical extraction, which is the fastest and cheapest way, then you're going to have a chemical residue. Now that residue can create a difference in the smell after so much time, because it does change it. That's why I love doTERRA, because doTERRA is the integrity of the company and the product, okay? The product has to meet their high standard of quality, which is called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, or CPTG. So that in itself makes a huge difference, not only for the fragrance of the product, but how it helps us internally. And I know that if I'm going to breathe an essential oil, I want the guarantee that that's exactly what's in that bottle and nothing else. Even if I open a bottle and I don't feel like it smells like it should, I can call doTERRA and tell them my concerns, and you know what? They'll send me another bottle. They don't have a problem with that, okay? I know many that have done that, only because Mother Nature is a factor. So it's not going to be the same smell every single time. It won't. Now, if it's synthetic and reproduced that way, then it will smell the same every single time, okay? So when you go to the store and you buy imitation peppermint or any of those other things, it's going to smell the same every time because it's imitation. It's not peppermint. Okay, so why would you want to use something that is not what it says it is? It's imitation. It's mostly alcohol. So when we diffuse, I know that doTERRA brings me high quality, and I know that I'm not going to have any ill effects from that essential oil. Okay. Now, when you're diffusing essential oils, the lighter the fragrance, okay, or like citrus oils are very light, very thin, you'll need more drops in order to smell that. So the heavier the oil, like frankincense or vetiver, those oils are extremely heavy, very thick. You're going to smell, those are going to be very pungent, and you'll need less of that. So when you start experimenting on what you like together, take your bottles and put all 3 bottles together and just smell them before you put them in the diffuser. What's that smell like to you? And create your own scent, your own fragrance, okay? And that's another beauty of this, is we can create whatever we want. There's thousands of possibilities out there. And there's a lot of them that are just, you know, just want one fragrance, but maybe you want something else. Maybe you want something to smell more energetic. Maybe you want something to smell more like the holidays. Maybe you want to smell more like spring. Whatever it is that you're looking for, you can find it. Now, there are different kinds of diffusers. There are car diffusers. There are personal diffusers, which, like if you have a little cubicle somewhere and that's where your work environment is, then you get your own little personal diffuser. And then there's, and cost, oh my gosh, you can go anywhere from $5 on up. There are some that are hundreds of dollars, and they're pretty darn pretty. They're amazing. But for most of us, just an average diffuser will work fine. Now, I use an ultrasonic, which means that it is water-based. So what you would do is, this is a diffuser. I'll put it together. So this is the diffuser I have. This one here. And this is the spa room. And if you Google search diffusers, the sky's the limit, okay? So what happens with these is you would take the lid off, okay? So in this case, take the lid off, okay? And then you put your oils inside there. You put your water, you put it up, there'll be a fill line. Put your water inside there and put your essential oils in there as well. And then put the lid back on, obviously. And then these, well, some have different things. Well, this one, you see that there is, I can have a light, or I can have just the mist. So this turns colors. A lot of kids love this, okay? So that's a basic diffuser. And what will happen is this never gets hot. You're going to see a steam come up, but it's not steam. It's just vapors is all it is. Because there is a fan underneath here, or a motor that pushes everything up. And it comes out, all right? Now, there are other types of diffusers. Now, like this one, and he's cute. He's a little kid. Yes, you can get cats, whales, dogs. No, wait, maybe not a dog, but a cat, frogs. Oh gosh, there's probably a whole lot of other ones that I've never discovered. But yes, there's wood ones. There's ones that look like wood. There's black ones, brown ones, white ones. I mean, you can have any color you want, right? Well, this one's pink, and it's a pig, and he actually, it comes out of the nostrils. But this one happens to be not only a diffuser, but a humidifier. So the top comes off. I'll take the top off. So this part comes out, okay? And I can put, there's another piece that goes with this, but I can put a whole bottle of water on this, and it can run pretty much all night long if I need a diffuser, or not a diffuser, but I mean a humidifier. And it works great because sometimes, you know, we have a sick child and we just want them to have that moisture. And so that's another one that's really good for that, okay? That moisture. And like I said, he's pretty darn cute. My grandkids love this one. And they're always, when they come over, they always ask to have the diffuser on, which I have no problem with, because I'm going to put essential oils in there that are very calming and hopefully help them just kind of quiet down so they're not chit-chattering all day long or all night long. Especially if I have more than one of them here. That's another important part, right? Don't be up all night. So different types of diffusers. Think about what it is that you are putting in your home, because no matter what, if you're breathing it, you're putting it in you. So please be very careful about what you're purchasing. Find a good product. Find the person that you trust to know what it is that you're getting. Sometimes the person that's in that the store that has your essential oils in it, sometimes they know, sometimes they don't, but please just make sure that you're asking the right questions. Where does it come from? What's the company? And make sure that you're getting what it is you're looking for. Again, I know that doTERRA, and there's some other essential oil companies out there that are good, okay? Not saying that they're bad, but just know where your essential oil is coming from. And remember that just because it says 100% on the bottle does not guarantee that that entire bottle that you're getting is all essential oil. They usually are adulterated, meaning that they have other carrier oils or different things in them. And sometimes, in some companies, will actually tell you that it's one product when one essential oil versus when it's really something different. But it mimics the oil that you're wanting to get. So just be wary out there, do your research, and know that there are differences in essential oils. And find the person that you trust that has the knowledge and that can help you understand what it is that you're purchasing. And if it's cheap, then it's going to be cheap, okay? And then find out, know what you're doing, know what you're getting, and then know that you're not filling your body with toxins versus something that's good. The essential oils really are good for the body, and it is very, very beneficial because they really help the body's own ability to heal itself. And that's what we're doing. We're enhancing what it is that the body does naturally, and that's heal itself. But in today's world, it's very difficult. And then we have so many problems out there. And a lot of times we're getting medication that's just masking the problem. So let's get to the root causes, and essential oils can help us with that. So there's my tidbit about diffusing. Know what you're putting in the air, especially because when it's your animal friends, when they're on the floor and they're close to the floor, their nose is on that floor. You're not on the floor all the time. Or if you got little ones running around, crawling on the floor, what are you putting on your floor to clean it? Okay, especially carpet. What are you cleaning your carpet with? Look at the label and find out and decide if that's something you want to continue with. And if you decide that you want to clean a carpet with something natural, or if you just think that you need a fragrance in your carpet, it's as simple as using baking soda and an essential oil. And you put a few drops or however many you want, however much that you're making, like even if it's a couple cups worth of baking soda or a cup's worth of baking soda, put your essential oil like 5 to 10 drops. Say there again, depends on if you're using light one, a fragrance, or a heavier fragrance. You know, peppermint's going to go a long way. And wild orange is going to be a little lighter, so you're going to want to use more. Put that in with your baking soda, and it's still going to be wet, right? It's going to be kind of damp. Sprinkle that all over your carpet. Let it dry. Take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Let it dry, and then vacuum it. And you have a natural fragrance. Baking soda has never harmed anybody that I know of. And the essential oil is not going to harm anybody, and you get a nice fragrance as well. You get the fragrance you want. And I also talked about the fragrance of lilac. If you're getting a lilac fragrance, I promise you, it is 100% synthetic. You cannot get any essential oil from the lilac because it doesn't do well when they're trying to take the essential oil out of that particular flower. It disintegrates. It's like they don't know. It's kind of weird, but that's probably one of the only ones that I know of at this point that you cannot get an oil from. Well, you can get an oil from it. It just, you can't keep the fragrance. And so that's why they make it synthetically. So there's my tip for the day. That's a synthetic, no matter how you look at it, unless you've got the true flower outside your home. Okay? So there again, there's the diffusing. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have a great week, and I look forward to next week when we will do this again, and we'll give you some more information and more tips on essential oils and other things that you can do. If you would feel free to reach out to me at any time, I'm heavenscentoils@gmail.com, and the scent is S-E-N-T, not the fragrance scent, and because these are God-given gifts, and with learning how to get back to basics. So again, heavenscentoils@gmail.com, and you guys have a wonderful day, and join me on my new website that's being developed, and that is naturals for, and the number 4, animals. So naturalsforanimals.com, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, everybody.